Hi, you all just finished a U-Try where you got to use the quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation. The equation I gave you was 2x squared plus 19 equals 14x. This one is not quite in standard form yet, so that's going to be our first step. To get it in standard form, I'll just subtract 14x from both sides. When I subtract that over, I am going to put things in order. So I'm going to have 2x squared first, that negative 14x second, and the positive 19 third. So then I'm going from an exponent of 2, x to the first, and no x's at all. So we're going in order, okay? Now that it's in standard form, we can figure out our a value is 2. That's the coefficient for the x squared. Our b value is negative 14. That's the coefficient for the x. And our c value is 19. That is the constant in the end, okay? To solve using the quadratic formula, just a refresher, the quadratic formula is x equals the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So where I have a opposite of b, I'm going to do the opposite of negative 14, which would be positive 14. Plus or minus the square root, I'm going to do b squared, so that's negative 14 times negative 14, which is 196. Minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 19, all over 2a, so that's 2 times 2. Let's go ahead and do a lot of simplifying from here. So I have 14 plus or minus. All right, so I'm going to do multiplication before I do subtraction. So if I do 4 times 2, I get 8. So then I've got 8 times 19. I'm just doing over to the side here because this is actually going to be faster than getting a calculator out. 8 times 9 is 72. 8 times 1 is 8. Plus 7 is 15. So I have 196 minus 152. And it's all over 2 times 2, which is 4. All right, let's keep going. So we got plus or minus, the square root. If I do 196 minus 52, that'll give me 44. And it's all over 4. All right, well, let's see if we can simplify. 44 is not a perfect square, so what am I going to do? Well, I'll see if I can simplify my radical. 44 is 4 times 11, and 4 is 2 times 2, so I can take out a 2, okay? So the square root of 44 will simplify to be 2 square root of 11. So now I'm going to have 14 plus or minus 2 square root of 11 all over 4. And the last thing I can do is simplify the fraction as a whole. 14 doesn't divide nicely by 4, but I notice that 14, 2, and 4, all three of my terms, all three of my coefficients, are divisible by 2, so I can simplify my answer. 14 divided by 2 is 7. 2 square root of 11 divided by 2. Imagine you had like 2x divided by 2 would be 1x. 2 square root of 11 divided by 2 is the square root of 11. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. And that is as simplified as I can get my answer to be for this one.